Hari Om. Let us continue the discussion of delegates. In our previous videos, we have discussed what are delegates. We have also seen a demo program that describes how simple delegates can be implemented, in which the different steps of implementing delegates are discussed. We first declare a delegate, define the methods that can be associated, instantiate a delegate, which is nothing but creating an object of a delegate, then invoking the method using the delegate reference. These are the different steps we have discussed in the previous videos, and how it can be implemented was also discussed using a demo program. In this video, we are going to discuss delegates, which will be talking about how to implement multicast delegates. A delegate instance representing only one method is known as a simple delegate, whereas the delegate instance, which is effectively a list of combination of simple delegates, whereas all of them are of same type. When I say same type, all the delegates are having same signature, is called as the combined delegates or multicast delegates. So if a delegate object is pointing to only one method, we call it a simple delegate. If the delegate method that is pointing to if a delegate reference or object is pointing to more than one simple delegates combined together, then we call it as combined delegate or multicast delegates. The combined delegates can themselves be combined together. So if you have combined delegate which is pointing to two methods, that can be combined to another delegate again. That is also possible. So a combined delegate can also be combined together. So those kind of delegates are called as multicast delegates. So in simple words, if a delegate instance pointing only one method, it is called simple delegate. If a delegate instance is pointing to a combination of simple delegates, then it is called as multicast delegate. Let us see an example of simple delegate, which we have already discussed in our previous videos, but even then let us see an example here. So if I want to declare a delegate, we use this format: delegate keyword, the return type, delegate name, and the parameter to be passed. Then we can define the compatible methods here. When I define the compatible method, it must follow the same signature. The method can be a static method or a non-static method, but it must follow the same signature. What is the signature here? The return type must be void here. You must have a method name as usual. Then the number of parameters and the type of parameters must be matching here. So I have only one string data type as parameter. So I have only one string data type as parameter here for method definition, and I can have a method body also. Now if you want to instantiate and invoke the method, you can create an object of delegate, an instance of delegate. This is the delegate type name. So give the type name, define an object using the new operator, and pass the method name. Pass this method name as an argument. Then you invoke the method just by using the delegate reference. PD is the delegate reference, and the string to be passed to the method can be passed as an argument to the delegate instance. So this is how we define a simple delegate. Now if you want to have multicast delegates, The delegates which hold and invoke multiple methods is known as multicast delegates. Say one multicast delegate can hold and invoke more than one methods. So here it shows that there are 5 methods which are combined for this multicast delegate, and they can be all invoked together one by one. So this multicast delegate is also known as combinable delegates, and the combinable delegates will be generally having void data type, but you can also have any other data type also. We'll be discussing it later. And the parameter cannot be a void parameter. That is one condition you have to note here for the combinable delegate. Parameter cannot be a void parameter. You can have the primitive data types, or you can have reference data types as the parameter, but you cannot have void parameter. And return type generally must be void, but it also allows you can have a return type which can be an integer. We'll be discussing it later. Now multicast delegate is used to hold addresses of multiple methods in single delegate reference. So in the previous video, in the previous slide we have seen one delegate is pointing to more than one methods or multiple methods. That is what it says. Multicast delegate is used to hold addresses of multiple methods in single delegate reference. And if you want to hold multiple addresses with delegate, we can use the plus equal to operator, which is already overloaded in the delegate class of system namespace. Delegate class of system namespace. In the previous video, we have seen all the delegates declared in your program implicitly inherit delegate class. This statement we have already seen in the previous video. So in the delegate class, the plus equal to operator is already overloaded. So if you want to combine the delegates, you can use plus equal to operator. In the same way, if you want to remove addresses from delegate, we can use minus equal to operator. Both are already overloaded in the delegate class. So plus equal to for combining the delegates, minus equal to remove a delegate from a combined delegate. And your multicast delegates will work well for the methods which have return type only void, which we have already seen. If your multicast delegate is having a return type, if it is having a return type, we will get the return type of the last method in the calling list. So suppose, say for example, if you have a multicast delegate like this, you have an reference defined here, and you create 1, 2 and 3 delegates combined together using the plus operator. Suppose if the multiply, add and subtract methods are returning any data, if it is returning any data, then the AOP reference will be returning the value of the last method in the calling list. Now what is the last method in this calling list? First method is multiply, second method is add, and the third method is sub. So subtract is the last method which will be invoked in this particular list. So whatever be the value returned by the subtract method will be the return value of this particular delegate reference, which is used for invoking more than one method. So in a multicast delegate, if you have a return type, then the return type of the last method will be taken from the calling list. This point you have to note. Now let us see an example of multicast delegate. So this is the delegate that I am going to declare, which is having a void data type as the return type, and you have only one string as the parameter. Then I am defining three methods, because since it is a multicast delegate, I can have more than one method. So I am defining three methods. First method is print text, second method show text, and the third method is display text. Now if I want to instantiate and invoke, let us see how it can be done. Now what do you do here? I declare an object of print delegate. This is the delegate type, print delegate, and I am combining more than one method. What are the three methods you are combining? Print text, show text, and display text. So all the three methods are combined together using the plus operator. So three delegate objects will be created using the new operator. So this new operator creates one object that contains a reference to print text, and this new operator will create a delegate reference that points to show text method, and this new operator will create a reference to the display text method. So all these three simple delegate references are combined together, which you are going to call as PD. Now to invoke all the three methods together, what you have to do, you just invoke the method by using PD delegate reference. PD is the delegate reference here. So you just say PD and pass the string value for these three methods. So this string value will be passed to the print text method first, because that is in the first calling list. That is the first one in the calling list. Then the hello world will be passed to show text method. Then hello world will be passed to display text method. So display text is the last method invoked in the calling list. So it will be displaying hello world first by print text method. Then again hello world will be printed by using the show text method, and again hello world will be printed using the display text method. So this is one way of instantiating and invoking the multicast delegate. Let us see what is another method of instantiating and invoking a multicast delegate. So this is another method which is using the plus equal to operator. I declare a delegate here. I declare a delegate with null reference initially. Then I am combining print text. Then you combine show text. Then you combine display text. So automatically PD is now combined with three delegates that are having values print text, show text, and display text as their methods. So this is another way of instantiating and invoking. And if you want to invoke here, what you can do, so you can just simply say PD hello. This is how we will be invoking the method in the second case. So you just invoke the method as you invoke in the a normal method. You invoke the combined delegate method using only one reference here, which will be PD. This is also possible in the multicast delegate. So let us see the demo program now. The same example is now taken as the demo program. Let me open the program. So what we do, inside a namespace, I declare the delegate, and inside the class called program, I declare the three methods print text, show text, and display text. Then in the main method, what I do, I am just displaying a message saying multicast delegate. This is actually multicast delegates demo program, and I am initially creating a null reference, and I am combining all the three methods together using plus equal to operator, and I am using invoke method. Observe here, I am not simply using PD and passing the parameter. Instead, I am using PD dot invoke. So, dot invoke will be invoking all the three methods together. This is another way of invoking the multicast delegate methods. So, let us see how it gets executed. Let me go to the terminal now. Open the program. I just open it with Vim editor. Same method what we have seen. So you are going to use the print delegate reference, which will be combining all the three methods, and you are going to use the invoke method of the delegate class. Invoke method of the delegate class to invoke the method. So multicast demo is the string that will be passed to print text method, show text method, and display text method. Okay. So let us see what is there in the print text method. So when it invokes the print text method, it will say inside method 1, which is print text, and that string will be passed here. Again, in show text, you have inside method 2 show text, and the string will be passed here. So 3 times it will be printing multicast demo, multicast demo. Let us see the execution now. I compile it and I am executing it. You can see here, first invokes the print text method, next it invokes show text method, and then it invokes the display text method. So just by using only one reference, you have invoked 3 different methods which are having same signature. Now let us see another way of defining it. You can observe here. So this I am using plus equal to operator. Now what I do, I am going to remove this. Okay. Now here what you do, you are using it with another way of defining a delegate object. I use the new operator to create 3 simple delegates, and these 3 simple delegates are combined together using the plus operator, and I am going to invoke this method. See, observe here. I am invoking the method by using dot invoke, and the same method can also be invoked simply by giving the delegate reference. You can invoke it this way, or you can invoke it this way. So when I invoke using dot invoke, it is going to pass this as the string. When I invoke it using PD1 without dot invoke method, it is going to pass this particular string. So let us see what happens in the program. I go to the program, I compile it, I am going to execute it. You can see here the output. The first one is same as the previous output, and here using PD1 dot invoke, it is invoking print text, show text, and display text. And without using dot invoke method, again 3 methods are invoked. Right? Now in the same program, you can observe here how the delegate, multicast delegate is invoked using the different way, which is using the combine method. So let us discuss combine method first, then we will get into the example. Now your delegate objects can be composed using the plus operator, which we have seen in the demo program. So only delegates of the same type can be composed or combined together. Same type can be combined, And the minus operator can be used to remove a component delegate from a composed delegate. And a composed delegate calls the list of more than one delegate it is composed from. All the delegates which are combined together, the entire list will be invoked automatically. Now, using this property of delegates, we can create a calling list of methods that will be called when a delegate is invoked. So, this is what you call as multicasting of a delegate. So, using the plus operator, you go for combining list of more than one delegates. Once you have combined them together, you can create a calling list of methods, and this will be invoked or called when a delegate is invoked, or the entire list will be invoked. So this is what you call as multicasting of a delegate. Now when you take the delegate instances, it can also be combined using delegate.combine. So in the demo program we have seen the delegates are combined using the plus operator. Now the same can also be done using the delegate.combine method, or if you want to remove anything from another, you can use delegate.remove, which is done indirectly, which is done by your minus operator. So whenever you are going to use your addition and subtraction operators which are already overloaded, these methods will be invoked indirectly. And these methods, this combine and remove methods, are static methods and they work easily with null references also. So that is why in our example we have created a null reference first, then we have used plus equal to for combining them. Let us see the example. Let us go back to the example. So this is the example we were talking about. You can see here I am creating a null reference first. Then I create three simple delegates. First one, pt will be pointing to print text method, st will be pointing to show text method, dt will be pointing to display text method, right? Now what I want to combine them together. So I am going to use delegate.combine method, and for this method I am passing all the three simple delegates which I have created here. So once you have combined them, you typecast it to the print delegate. This is our delegate type. So typecast it to the print delegate, then assign it to PD2. PD2 is actually null reference. To the null reference, you are going to replace it with the combined delegate. Then you can invoke the combined delegate using PD2 and pass any string for the parameter. Now, one more thing that you have to observe here, when I combine the methods, or combine the simple delegates, in whichever order you have combined, the methods will be invoked in that particular order. So the order here is print text, show text and display text. So it first invokes the print text method, then show text method, then it goes to the display text method. Whereas here when I have combined, I combined the show text, then I combined print text, then I combined display text. So the order of invoking these three methods will be, first show text method is invoked, then it invokes pt. pt is nothing but your print text method, then it invokes the display text method. So that is how the order of combining the delegates will decide the order of invoking the methods. So in whichever order you have combined the methods, in the same order the methods will be invoked. Okay. So let us see the demo program now. So this is the demo program. Let us execute this demo program. I compile it. You can see here in the first, these are the two examples we have already seen, and the third example using the combine method. So in the combine method, first it invokes print text method, show text method, display text method. So this is the order of combining the methods. But in the second case, I combined it like this: show text, then print text, then display text. So it invokes the show text method, then it invokes print text, then it invokes the display text method. So that is why it says the order of combining the methods will decide the order of invoking the methods also. So this is how the delegates will be invoked and combined using the combine method or with the overloaded operator plus or minus. Now suppose, say for example, you want to remove it. Let us assume that you have added, suppose say at this particular point PD is having three methods combined. What are the three methods? Print text, show text and display text. Now if you want to remove display text, what you can do, you can just say PD minus equal to display text. So this will be removing the display text method from PD. PD minus equal to display text will be removing the display text method from PD. Let us see that also in the demo program. I go to the demo program, and here PD3 is currently having all the three methods combined together. Now I want to remove it. So you can say PD3 minus equal to DT. Then you invoke the PD3. Let us take it as remove method demo, save it, compile it, execute it. Now you can see here only show text and print text are coming here. When I invoke PD3, it is not having all the three methods because I have removed display text method from the multicast delegate, right? So this is what it shows in the multicast delegate. So this slide just show you how the delegates can be combined and removed. So with the null reference, if you are these D1, D2, D3 are the delegate references. With the null reference, if you add D1, the result will be only D1 delegate. And D1 plus null gives you only D1. And if you give D1 plus D2, so this is the order of combining the methods. D1 will be combined with D2. And if I give D1 plus, this is already a combined one. This is already a combined delegate. So to this combined delegate, if I add D1 plus D2, D3, then D1, D2, D3 will be the combined multicast delegate. Suppose if you have this as one combined delegate and this another combined delegate. So the square bracket implies that these are combined delegates. D1 and D2 are simple delegates combined together, right? So if I give plus operator here, you can observe D1 and D2 is combined again with D2 and D3. So method D1 will be invoked first, then D2 will be invoked, again D2 will be invoked, then it will invoke D3. And if you want to remove, you can see here D1 comma D2 is a combined delegate. I give minus D1, so D1 will be removed. And if I give D1 comma D2 minus D2, then D2 will be removed. You will have only D1. And if you have D1, D2, D1, D1, D2, D1 minus D1, then the last D1 is removed. Observe here, the last D1 is removed. So always when it is removing, it will be removing from the end. It will be removing from the end. And if you have D1, D2, D3, if you want to remove two delegates, you can give D1, D2. Then it will search for D1, D2 combination. So D1, D2 combination is available here, and that will be removed. You get only D3. And if you have, observe here, D1, D2, D3 is a combined delegate, and you are giving the removal of D2 and D1. So it will start searching for the D1, D2 combination. That means first it should have D2, then it must have D1. So when it searches in the list, D2 then D1 combination is not available. So nothing is removed. You get D1, D2, D3 as it is. And here, this is a combined delegate. D1, D2, D3, again D1, D2. You want to remove D1 and D2. So it will be searching from the end. So this is a matching combined delegate D1 and D2. So this will be removed and the result will be D1, D2, D3. And if you have D1, D2 minus D1, D2, obviously all the delegates will be removed and you will get only a null reference. So this is how multicast delegate can be defined, implemented in C# program. So with that we are completing delegates discussion. So 3 videos are there. First video talks about what are delegates. Second video talks about how to implement simple delegate. And the third video talks about what are multicast delegates and how it can be implemented. Thank you for watching.